Yeah, we're just starting, and if you freeze, you freeze.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I'm literally doing a live interview with one of our training clients, members, someone that's been part of our gym, done a couple of our courses. So she's had quite a lot of exercise history with ourselves. So we're just going to go through a little bit of Terrie's background story with exercise, why she started, what triggered her, any success and results that she's had, what exercise does for her. You have to bear in mind the fact that her screen is frozen about 1,000 times. She's got the worst house in Rill, apparently.
Yeah.
The internet and Wi-Fi. So we will just bear with that. So as long as we can hear her, and at some point, it looks like she's had like a serious amount of Botox.
Am I frozen again?
You are frozen.
Terrible.
Bit of frozen. So, like I said, today's interview is with Terrie. Terrie's asked me what questions I'm going to ask her. I told her I'm not telling her. So it's just like I said. I know a lot of people. I know quite a bit about Terrie's background, why she started exercise, the results she's had, and I know a lot of people, especially my audience, will be in sort of a similar starting position to Terrie. So, Terrie, just first off, just introduce yourself, a little bit of background. Don't go on too long. A little bit of background about yourself, and some results exercises brought to your life.
All right. Okay. Yeah. My name's Terrie. And I joined Live Life Light initially about 2 years ago, and I did the 12-week transformation course. And I lost 2 stone on that course, and then I got an injury. I pulled a muscle in my hip, and I basically sort of gave up a bit once I lost momentum. I went away from Live Life Light, and I just thought, oh, it's all right, I'll just take a break and I'll get back into it. And it took me like 1.5 years to get back into it. But yeah, now I'm back, and I want the same results as what I had last time. So yeah.
Do you know what? It's not uncommon for people to work in cycles. Do you know what I mean? So, like, we in a perfect world, in a perfect ideal world, people would want steady weight loss all the way through the year and maintain their results. When in fact, it's an actual realization that people do fluctuate.
Yeah.
People do have like ups and downs, and those ups and downs can vary from some people from 7 pounds to a stone, some people 1, 2, 3 stone. Do you know what I mean? So people do have cycles. There's very few people that I know, like members, clients, that are just, like the steady eddies, the ones that are consistently produce results, stay the same, don't really budge. They're very few and far between. So one of the things you just said then,
when you come back, you feel like you're like the only person to ever have been in a cycle like that, but it's not true at all. There are loads of people, like you said, that they go in cycles and they fluctuate a bit, and then they come back full pelt, and then they lay off a bit, and it is. But when you first come back to it, you do feel like you're on your own, but you're not.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why a lot of people struggle to come back to our gym is because a lot of people become very successful. They work very hard, and then for whatever reason, like you said, something happened, whether it be an injury where you had to have a layoff, or something. It could be in your private life, it could be your personal life, it could be work, it could be whatever. And then what happens is we go back into those old habits that we created before we joined the gym, even though we knew that those old habits didn't suit our life and they're what we tried to get away from, but we went back into them, and then obviously all it did was reverse engineer every little bit of result that you'd produce, that anyone produces.
Yeah, it did for me. Absolutely. I think I destroyed everything that I'd achieved. When I came back in May, I was literally right back to where I started 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because all it does is it takes you back to the initial thoughts, feelings, moods. Like the thought of what are people going to think. I feel a little bit maybe embarrassed about the fact that I'd produced a result and then gone back to where I was, when in fact so many people do that. Do you know what I mean? What people don't talk about is the fact that there are cycles. And we have cycles where we fluctuate. Everything's not just A to B, straight line, perfect world.
I think, to be honest, if I'd have known what I know now, I'd have started my fitness journey again sooner than what I did, because it was that feeling of being embarrassed and like self-doubt, can I do it again, that stopped me from coming back sooner, if that makes sense.
Okay, so when you first started exercise, whenever that was, what initial thoughts, feelings, beliefs, barriers did you have to get over just to start?
I was so overweight. My all I could think of is, if I join a gym or go to a class, I'm just not going to be able to do it. I'm going to be so far behind everyone that it's just going to be embarrassing. So I felt like I didn't know where to start with the whole thing, like, and that made me feel even more rubbish. So then that was like a mini cycle of wanting to do something, feeling like I couldn't, and then it just made me feel worse, which meant that I ate more and, things like that.
Yeah. Do you think that you probably spent far too much time thinking about everything that could go wrong and the worst possible things that could happen, instead of, if I just do what I say I'm going to do, the actual possibilities and thoughts of what could go right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that was like 95% of the process when I was thinking about, joining a gym and starting exercising and things like that. It was 95% of it was, what if it goes wrong? What if I fail again? Because I tried to lose weight already in the past and it hadn't worked. And it was just like, I didn't want to put myself through failing again. And that was one thing I didn't want to do, was fail. So yeah, it took a lot, for me to walk in and sign up.
So you basically, when you were starting off exercise, you were constantly thinking about all the stuff that generally could go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously maybe suffering with a bit of self-doubt and low confidence in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Putting all them in a big pot. No wonder people take so long to actually take action and actually start.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it was like, I was just ill all the time. Or like ill with like colds, and I had pneumonia, and I have lupus anyway, which is an immune disorder, and for me it got to the point where every month I was ill, and it was because I was overweight, not exercising, but then I was worried about exercising in case it affected my asthma. But then I learned that the more you sort of push your lungs, then the stronger they'll be. But yeah, it was that fear of, am I going to get ill? And I did, when I remember 1 week into the transformation course, I got a chest infection, and I thought, here we go. But then after the course had finished, I don't think I had a chest infection for almost a year.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah.
That's it. People are probably guilty of looking for like pills and taking too many pills and stuff like that, and rather than, just going back to the basics of, right, I just need, for everybody now, not just you, everybody who loses a little bit of fat gains a little bit more fitness, a little bit more strength, automatically you got to, like, we can forget about the scales, the measurements, the pictures, the fitness testing, the 5Ks, whatever. Just, like, just your general day-to-day life and your health and well-being. Do you know what I mean? Who's ever regretted losing a bit of fat and getting fitter?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry, carry on.
Go on. Sorry.
Even the first time, the first time I ran 5K around the Marine Lake, I think it took me 52 minutes. I think I could have walked it quicker if I just hadn't tried running.
Yeah.
But then, so I have asthma and it's quite bad, and I thought, oh, well, I'm going to be rubbish at this. It took me 52 minutes. Then, eventually I think I got my time down to like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's still the same lungs, Yeah,
but you know what's common, Terry, in the fact that before you started exercise, you were telling yourself everything that you couldn't do. And now you've told me the first time you went to do a 5K, you were telling yourself you were going to be rubbish. So that there seems to be like a common thing here that before you are making without realizing it, you are making everything that you do that little bit harder by just sending those little messages up to your brain, like, all the time, saying, I can't do it. It's going to be too tough. I'm not going to be good enough. I'm going to be at the back. But these are the same messages so many other people are constantly telling themselves, and they wonder why. Like you said, a lot of the reason why people don't take action is through fear, and we get like information overload, but so much negative information overload that we actually don't do anything. We actually stop.
I am the classic example of someone who will make who in the past would have made a million excuses as to why I couldn't exercise and couldn't join a gym. And in my view, back then, every single one of them was a valid excuse.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But I felt like that.
And do you know what? With reasons, stories, and excuses, they're only validated by the people that you tell them to. So if you are, say for example, you are overweight and you're unhealthy and you don't go to the gym. Now, if you want to go to the gym, but you're making excuses and you're speaking to someone else who is overweight, unhealthy, and doesn't go to the gym, they're going to try and keep you at a certain level. But when you tell those reasons to someone who's like sort of above you and where you aspire to be, they sort of won't look at it in the same way, and they'll try and obviously lead you out of temptation, to deliver you. They'll sort of break down those barriers, rather than like when you tell your friends, your family, they put your arm around you, they tell you things are okay, when in fact, obviously, for whatever reason, people join a gym because something isn't okay. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So people only join a gym because they're either unhappy with something or they want improvement in some area.
Yeah. For me, definitely, the people who were on the transformation course with me, with those people who were like, right, come on, get your ass to the gym, especially Kaz. I mean, Kaz is still someone who kicks my ass on a weekly basis, with my goals and things like that. And so many people, sort of saying, oh, you're becoming obsessed, you're going too much, you're doing this, you're doing that. And I very, very quickly distanced myself away from those people, because I just thought they don't want the best for me. And in reality, we didn't have that much in common once I started going to the gym, because I didn't want to go out drinking, and I didn't want to go out, having takeaways and staying up all night. I wanted to get to bed because I was at the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And for them, they didn't understand it. And all of a sudden, you kind of think, right, well, we're not that close anymore.
Yeah, one of those things is when you start wanting improvements, when you start increasing your own self-belief, and you starting to make improvements in your own life, you will lose friends, because some of your friends don't want improvements. They don't want to do more. So then you have this clash. And then people don't want to hear about you talking about all your improvements and going to the gym and stuff like that, because they generally, like, say for example, if I was really, really overweight and I was your mate and we'd been friends for a while, and then all of a sudden you told me that you were joining the gym and you were going to get leaner, lighter, fitter and stronger, and I kind of know that I should do it as well. Then all of a sudden you're losing this weight. You're starting to be happier, more confident. You're starting to do more, go new places, experience new more. Then what that does is it puts a spotlight on me, and it makes me feel guilty. So then you're raising your level, but I'm staying at the level that I've always been at. When in fact I really want to come up to the same level as you. But the easiest thing to me is, rather than taking action, is to just let go of you as a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I experienced that.
That's why a lot of relationships, friendships break down when people start wanting to improve. Okay, so obviously you're a partner. Do you have kids, Terrie?
Yeah, got 2 kids.
2 kids. Okay, so you're a mum, you're a partner, you work. So 3 big focal points of your life. So what does exercise? So in those 3 areas, being a mum, being a partner, and being in business work, what does exercise bring when you're exercising and attending the gym and feeling better and stronger? What does exercising bring to those 3 areas of your life? So as a mum, as a partner, and as in work.
Oh, it makes everything like 100% better, because if I get up in the morning and I do the morning class, by the time I get, the kids get up and Colin gets up, I've been to the gym, I've got home, I've got myself ready, I've had my time. Then by the time they get up, I'm in the kitchen prepping lunch and breakfast, and I'm on the go, and I'm just happier. So therefore, when I wake the kids up, I'm not miserable because I've overslept and I'm tired because I've been up till 2 o'clock in the morning on my phone. And we're not eating shit because, if we haven't got anything decent in, I go to Morrison's after the gym. So I've always got, decent things for lunch and breakfast in. We're not eating shit. Colin gets up and I make his coffee for him in the morning, and I'm just happy because I've been to the gym already and I've started my day. And then by the time I get into work, my boss comes to the gym and we do the morning class together now. So by the time we get into work, we've seen each other for an hour already. But it's
that could be a bad thing.
What?
That could be a bad thing.
Could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not, honestly. Production in work is like a million times better when I've been up since 5:30, because I'm ready. By the time I get to work, I'm like ready to go.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
It's when I stop going to the gym, if I have like a couple of days where can't be bothered, and then it's like today, for example, we had a really busy day in work, and I work with Colin as well, so we work in the same office. It's been so easy today to come home and go, oh, fuck it, we'll have a takeaway for tea. Oh, just can't be arsed, just, but because I got up this morning and I've been to the gym already and there's food in and it's prepped, then I got home and made tea.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like especially for clients and stuff, I'm a big advocate of people training in the morning. What do you reckon is the difference to your day, whether you train in the morning or you wait all day to the evening?
For me, if I don't wake up and have 10 minutes to myself or do something for myself before everyone else gets served, by the time I come to an evening class, my day's already been less productive than what it should have been.
Yeah.
Because the mindset isn't there. But at the same time, like yesterday, I did an evening class. And I'm really, really lucky that Colin will totally step up, and he'll, look after the kids, and he'll, do the dishes and change the washing machine over to enable me to go to the gym. Like, he didn't exercise last night because he knew I wanted to go to the gym. So like now he's out now exercising while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my clock.
At least we now know who the boss of the relationship is.
What?
The fact that if you want to exercise, he's a good egg.
He is.
But I always say to people,
I don't know what.
Go on.
I said I don't know what it would be like if Colin wasn't supportive. I don't know how I would do it, if I'm honest. I think it'd be a lot harder. But me and Colin talk, you see, and he knows that if my exercise goals and my fitness goals are on track, then that's going to go into every aspect of my life.
Yeah.
It's not like I go hell for leather at the gym and then forget about the kids, forget about Colin. I use the momentum that I gained from the gym to come home and make sure that everything else is on point at home.
And then like clean and hoover like a Trojan.
No, Colin does the hoovering.
But I'm a big advocate of telling people to exercise in the morning, not because of any fat loss gains or anything along those lines, in just the fact of what you just said. I just think that if you start with an exercise session and your first bit of energy for the day that you've given to yourself, then obviously from the exercise you feel energized, you feel good about yourself, you're probably going to be more productive throughout the day, and you're certainly probably going to eat better throughout the day. But what a lot of people of is they're guilty of serving everyone else and doing everyone else's shit and then leaving themselves to last. So the example is you get up, for example, this could be you. So you get up, you sort the kids out, you sort Colin out, you go to work where you serve everyone else, you get home, you sort the kids out, sort Colin out, and then the time you've done all of that shit, you've got no energy to go and fucking do anything for yourself, so you just want to sit down.
That is me, 100%. I am more likely to not go to the gym. So say if I say, right, tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym in the evening, 95% I ain't going to fucking make it. I'm not going to make it because something will come up and it'll be the tiniest thing, but I'll use it as a massive excuse because in reality, I'm knackered. I've been doing hell for leather all day in work, coming home, sorting the kids out, housework to do. But at 6 o'clock in the morning, there's no excuses. Once I'm up, I might as well come to the gym.
But because you spent all your energy in that serving everyone else, and you've actually put yourself last. When in fact, like you said, when you exercise, all the other areas of your life, when you get your exercise session done in first, all the other areas of your life go far, far better. So you're far more productive, you're far more energized, you probably get more shit done, you feel better. So if you exercise first thing in the morning and then go into everything and spend a little bit of time for you, because like I said, as a parent, there's very, very few things that can go wrong at like 6 a.m. rather than 6 p.m. There's loads of shit that can go wrong. And things happen, and all of a sudden, like any parent, your kids come first, and that doesn't that doesn't matter. So if it's something to do with the kids, then you will neglect yourself, and obviously whatever the kids need to do, it just fucking gets done. But that wouldn't have been an issue if you'd attended at like 6 a.m. But the only problem is with like the morning sessions is that people can't get their asses out of bed.
Yeah. Get a gym partner. Get someone to agree to be your partner in class. Then that makes you get out of bed.
Okay. So you obviously you joined us. You did extremely well. You had a hip injury, you stopped, you went and ventured, and you did a few other things. So what triggered you to sort of come back and start again?
Because I realised that I was just back where I started. I was back to feeling tired all the time, feeling like shit all the time. And I think...
Can I just stop you there? Can I just stop you there? When you're feeling tired and you're feeling shit, what sort of bad habits do you have? And don't lie here.
Eating shit, just eating and eating and eating and sitting on the sofa and ignoring the kids, being on my phone. You know, not being bothered about anything really, and then everything suffers. So the kids suffer, Colin suffers, you know.
So you know all that, and a lot of people know that what they are doing isn't serving them in the right way, and it's not like a lot of people know when they're eating shit, not exercising, and they're in a rut. They know that what they're doing isn't helping them, but they can't sort of get out of it. You know, they can't sort of drag themselves out. They feel like they're stuck. There's no way out, and this is it. I'm just in this vicious cycle of getting up, serving everyone else, going home, eating shit, going to sleep, and that cycle. But at some point, something's got to happen. So whether it's a thought about yourself, a feeling, it might be a picture, it might be...
I think for me, it was when I joined in May, when I joined back in May, the previous May, I'd ran Chester Half Marathon.
Boom.
And I had planned to do it again. The following year, I was planning back in the day to make it like an annual thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it because I'd gone back to the way I was, and I felt like I wouldn't have been able to do it because I'd put like 1.5 stone back on, and I just thought there's no way I can run like this. And I think that just made me feel really crap. And I thought I don't want to miss next year.
Yeah.
I want to do what I said I was going to do, even if it's a year later.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to rejoin.
Yeah. Thing is like I say to everyone, I say to them, if what you are doing is working and it's not it's not detrimental to your health, then do it. So at whatever stage of your life you're at, or whatever stage of your journey you're at, if what you're doing is working and you're seeing some success with it, then you shouldn't really go away from that. You should always go back to it, as long as it's like not some shitty, crazy diet, or you're doing something drastic that's going to hurt yourself. But do you know what I mean? You should always revert back to when I was successful, what was I doing? Where was I at? Who was I hanging around with? What was I doing? Do you know what I mean?
That is exactly why I came back to Live Life Light. And I remember sitting down and having a conversation with Colin, and I said, this isn't where I want to be. And I'm not sure if it was him actually that said, just go back to Live Life Light.
Yeah.
Just go back there, because I didn't have any success after stopping at Live Life Light. I didn't have any at all. It all went slowly and steadily in the opposite direction. So for me, the only place for me to start again was back at the beginning, where I had the success in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, the only thing that stops people from generally doing that, wherever they've been, so not just at my gym, is usually the fear, the embarrassment, that type of factor. Of people who...
See, when I walked in and saw my picture up on the wall, I could have taken that one of two ways. I could have thought, I could have been disappointed and thought, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in here training every day, looking at that picture of what I was like. But then I thought, well, no, because I want to be there again. So now I walk in every day and I look at that picture and say, right, I want to be there.
That's where I want to be. That's what I want to do. And that's it. You can either use it as an inspiration to say, this is what I've done. This is, I got there. I can do it. Or you can hide away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Away from it.
And I will be back there again.
Okay, so
eventually,
a lot of people always talk about all the good stuff in fitness, but people don't really massively need to know about good stuff. They need to know, they don't want to know how good you're good, they want to know how bad you're bad and how you combat it. So I just want you to think of a couple of bad habits that you have, and sort of how you combat them, to try and stay successful. So a couple of, I think, for example, a couple of bad habit that I have is when I stay up late. So I know that sort of the last time I eat is I aim to eat is about 8, half 8. So if I eat every 2 to 3 hours, and say for example I stay up till 11, that then's a window where my body's then expecting another bit of food. Whereas if I'd gone to bed at 10, my body wouldn't have been expecting that food. So generally, if I stay up late, I tend to eat more, and usually it's not of the good stuff.
Yeah. If I don't meal plan, we eat crap. I have to know what we're eating, and I have to know what's in and what I need to buy. Because I'm the first person in the house to say, let's eat pizza. I am, honestly, I'm being completely honest. If there's nothing in, we'll eat pizza. So I have to make sure that I'm on form about having stuff in. And then another habit I have is just not coming to the gym.
That's a bad one.
Just not come in. And not only just not come in for a day, if I don't come for more than a day, I don't come for 3 weeks.
Do you think
so that's really bad?
Yeah. Do you think that you're one of those people drop your phone and instead of picking it up, you carry on stamping on it?
Yeah.
But
I'm the classic example of a person that goes in circles all the time. Yeah.
And the key, I always try and make sure people get to the gym on a Monday. Do you know, Motivation Monday? The thing is, I think if people miss a Monday, they tend to not attend the gym for the whole week and they wait until next Monday to start again.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what it is for me? It's the first of the month. If I miss the first few days of the month, you're not going to see me till next month. My cat's just jumping on the piano, sorry.
And it's mad, isn't it? Because even though you said all the things that happen, all the bad stuff that happens to you mentally and physically when you don't exercise and make the time for you, you're then prepared, and you're not alone, you're then prepared to go days and weeks of that feeling just to then start again on another month.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
Okay, so...
But, wait a minute, you want to know what I do to combat it?
Yeah, go on.
That's what you said. I tell people I haven't been to the gym. I've got people like Kaz, who, if I don't see her for a couple of days, she messages me, where the fuck are you? And then, or I say to Colin, I need to get out tomorrow morning to go to the gym. So then he says, well, did you set your alarm? Oh, no. Well, set it now. And then in the morning when my alarm goes off, he's like, get out of bed. Go to the gym. Yeah. So yeah.
To get some social support and accountability.
Accountability is key, because if I don't have accountability, I won't do anything.
Okay,
and
cool.
I've learned to just tell people and be like, honest, this week, I want to go to the gym every morning. Will you be my partner? I will be there. Have you booked on? I will be there every morning. And then when you wake up, your alarm goes off at 5:30, you know that whoever's said, I'm going to be your partner, they're going to be at the gym waiting for you.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest motivator, because you don't want to let them down.
No, of course. So if you had to, so right now, if you had to look back 10 years, 10 years, and you were speaking to the Terrie of 10 years ago, what advice would you give her? So how old are you now? How old are you now?
30.
So you're 30. So you are now looking back, and you right this second are speaking to the 20-year-old Terrie, knowing what you know over the last 10 years with your health and your fitness and how it feels, and your productivity and all the improvements you can make. What would you tell a 20-year-old Terrie?
I'd tell her to stop putting everyone else first. That's what I'd tell her.
Yeah.
Because literally, when I was 20, I was trying to make everyone else's lives as easy as possible. So with work, I think I'd just gone into my PA role. So my job was to make people's lives easier. And I had Reese. He would have been about a year. And then for Colin, I literally ran around and did everything. And it wasn't that Colin didn't do anything. It was that I wouldn't let him. So I did everything. I got up with Reese. I did all the cooking. I did all the cleaning because I wanted to, because I felt like that's what I should be doing. As a mum, I was meant to be some sort of superwoman doing everything for everyone else.
Yeah.
And no one told me, no one told me that I didn't have to do that. So I just thought that's what I should have done. So yeah.
Yeah. It's that whole thing again, isn't it, where you're serving others?
I don't. That is still me in quite a few ways, but now I put my foot down, and like I said, Colin does more housework than I do. I do the cooking because then I'm make sure everything's nice and healthy. And he does almost everything else. And it's not because I make him. But for years and years and years, he'd get up off the couch and I'd be like, no, you sit down. I'll do it. And it wasn't that he was lazy. It was that I just wouldn't let him. So anyway, a few years ago, I just said, look, let's change things around and let's be a team and let's share it. And we've been doing it like that ever since.
Yeah. The thing is that one of the things I think a lot of people are guilty of is, like you said, they do everything for everyone else. And when they help other people become successful, it gives them a sense of success.
That's me, 100%.
Some joy and happiness. But then it's all well and good helping your kids, your partner, and making your work successful. But then you've got to look back at some point and think, it's like we're coming to the end of 2017. What have I done for me? What have I done this year? Not for my kids, not for my partner. I know they're part of me, but they are not me, my work. What have I done for me this year to know that this year has made some slight improvement to last year? What have I done? Have I wasted it?
If you'd have asked me that, I'd have mentioned everything that I've done for everyone else. I'd say, oh, well, this year I did this for the kids, and this year I did this in work. I wouldn't have been able to say of anything I've done for myself. But back then, I didn't see that as a problem. It wasn't until I started realising I was getting poorly, because I was like pushing myself, running myself into the ground.
Yeah.
To do everything for everyone else. But at the time I didn't realise that that's what I was doing. Yeah.
And that's what so many, especially mums, that's what a lot of mums are guilty of, aren't they?
Yeah. If you change what you're doing, everyone else will adapt to it. It's not like the house is going to fall down if you don't put the washing machine on. Or, your kids will always have something to wear. You don't have to stand there doing ironing every night. the kids will always find something to wear. They'll always find something to occupy themselves.
Yeah.
But you have to make it like standard.
Yeah.
You have to set the way that things work in your house, and everyone else will adapt to it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like extreme.
It's like if Facebook disappeared tomorrow. There might be a few days of hissy fits, but people will adapt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? People will adapt. So, like I said, if you want to change and you want to improve, then, do you know what I mean? People will, if they want to be in your life, they will adapt and help you and support you. And if they don't want to be in their life, they will fall off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so finishing off, Tez, what's the... so we've looked back 10 years. Now I want to look forward 1 year. So we are now in November the 7th, are we on? November the 7th, 2018. So 1 year on. What needs to happen in this next year for you to be happy with your progress?
I definitely want to lose weight.
How much?
I want to lose 2 stone.
So this time next year, by November, you'd be happy sat there talking to me 2 stone lighter. What else?
Yeah, I wanted to have run Chester half marathon.
Yeah. Do you want to be faster than last time?
No, right. Because last time I really beat myself up over my time when I crossed the finish line because I'd done it slower than I'd anticipated. I was like fuming when I crossed the line. So this time, honestly, I beat myself up over it. It was awful because I compared myself to other people, and I didn't care that I'd finished. I cared about how slowly I'd finished.
Yeah.
So no, I don't want to be faster. I want to feel better when I cross the line.
Yeah, that's cool. What else? Anything else? So this time next year, you want to be 2 stone lighter. You want to have done a good performance in the Chester half that you'll be happy with. What else? Yeah. Any other goals?
I want to look back and say that I spent more time with the kids.
Yeah. And how are you going to do that?
Well, see, that time with the kids is all dependent on me getting up and doing the gym in the morning.
That's it.
While they're still in bed. So that's all I have to do. If I hadn't been sat talking to you tonight, I'd been sat upstairs with the kids, and I will do it, after we've finished, saying goodnight to them, spending some time with them, or running them around, going to different lessons and things like that. If I don't exercise in the morning, I can't do that. So yeah. And then we've been doing Sunday night TV nights where we sit and watch TV together on a Sunday. That's not difficult, but it's just something that I need to have everything ready for the week.
Yeah.
Before 7 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
So that's what,
So for you, the difference between being successful and not successful is simply, for most of your life, comes down to you getting up out of bed at 5:45 every morning to be in the gym at 6 to get your session done. So if I told you that the one thing, all you have to do, Terry, is just get up at 6 a.m., come to the gym till 7 a.m., and probably so many things in your life will improve drastically, and all you have to do is get up at that time. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Because it just sounds so simple.
Because you doing that will obviously improve your productivity, improve your energy levels, improve you as a person. It'll then free up time for the evening, so you can spend time with the kids. So it just ticks every single box. Every single box. So it's just about doing it. It's like everyone in there. Everybody knows how to get stronger, lose weight. We pretend that we're a bit dumb and we don't know. We know. It's just a matter of doing it, isn't it? Because I think what I have to do sometimes is because I have anxiety
And because sometimes getting out of bed and getting out the house just seems like too much, I have to have some accountability for me actually getting up and going. So for me, that's like either posting on the Facebook group to say, right, I'm going to go every morning, or like telling one of the trainers, you are, like last week I was off work and I said to Danny, I'm going to be at every 10 o'clock class this week. I'm going to do it. So I just said to him, expect me every day 10 o'clock. Well, you weren't there. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, finding a partner was like my biggest issue, because I hated going to the morning classes because I was that person stood in a corner like looking really hopeful for a partner, and it just stressed me out.
Yeah.
So you know, finding people who will partner with you is just key to getting up, and just trying every class, even if you think you know you're going to be the worst person in the room. No one else gives a shit what you're doing. They're all concentrating on what they're doing. And it took me so long to realise that no one's looking at me apart from the trainer telling me to, you know, do things better. But that's good as well.
The only person that gives a shit about you out of the 30 people in that room is you and the trainer, not the other 29 people. They do not give one fuck about you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and the sooner people learn that, the sooner they'll get over the fear of booking on a class. And I'll tell you what, if anyone ever doesn't have a partner and they want to go on a class, message me. I'll be your partner.
Then go to Terrie Jones.
Yeah, I'll be your partner, honestly. Because there's nothing worse than showing up with that fear of, A, I've never done this class before and I don't know what it's about, and B, who the fuck am I going to partner with?
Yeah, but
those are the two things that keep me from going to the gym.
Yeah, don't you think it's quite similar though? It's like you go into a new job, yeah. You don't know anyone. You don't know anyone that works there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say you had a new job. You don't know anyone that worked there. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be scared. You're going to have all those same feelings, but somehow you manage to go to work because you know that the benefits of going to work are getting paid and blah, 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 blah. So if we can do that there, why can't we do it with our exercise, for example? Do you know, where we know the benefits of exercise and we know they're just as much as work for getting paid, then why can't we go there and just turn up no matter what? Because we turn up to work no matter what.
I think because it's quite a selfish thing, going to the gym.
Yeah.
I think it can be put off, isn't it? Because it's not important. It doesn't feel important for us to put ourselves first.
Yeah.
I think that's really hard, especially if you're a mum and a partner. You know, going to work, that's to be seen as like something that has to be done. If you've got a job, you have to go to work regardless of how you're feeling.
Yeah.
But, you know, the gym, it's easy to just say, oh, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We'll forget about that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We've probably gone on a little bit longer than I thought. We probably could have talked all night, but
sorry.
a lot of the stuff you've said has made loads of sense. It's made loads of sense to me, and because like sometimes as a trainer and stuff like that, it's hard to relate to people because I've not gone through a lot of the mental obstacles and the physical obstacles as to why you start exercise and don't start exercise. I'm like one of those stupid fucking robots that turn up and do the exercise no matter what. I'm fucking weird. But a lot of people that are listening probably have felt, do you know what I mean? Especially the mums that are listening have probably felt the same things that you feel, and especially if anyone's like being overweight and stuff, they'll recognise the same things that you've said. And the one biggest thing that you've said is when you exercise, every part of your life, especially when you get your ass out of bed at 6 a.m., everything in your life is better. At no point is exercise made you feel worse?
No.
No. Okay, cool.
No.
Well, have you got any final notes to anyone? Final words before we go? Because your face hasn't moved all session. Like I said, it looks like you're being Botox to the max.
No, I'll say again, if the fact that you don't know anyone and you don't know the classes and you haven't got a partner is putting you off coming to the gym in the morning, then just post up on the group, I'll be your partner, and yeah.
Sean Hugh Davis has wrote, Terry, you're a hero.
Do you know what, Sean? I'll tell you about Sean. Every single morning, right, we check up on each other in the gym. We'll say hello. We'll ask how our day's been. We'll keep each other, you know, there's definite accountability there between me and Sean every morning. Yeah, and it's good because I know no matter how shit I feel walking to the gym, I know Sean's going to be there to say hello to me.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he says hello, I feel better. And if he's not there, then I kick his ass.
Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to let you go and try and catch a bit of a good night with your kids. Thank you for your time. And like I said, hopefully something like this will trigger other people and also let people know that gym journeys and stuff aren't as simple and uncomplicated as it found out. That people do have cycles, people do have ups and downs, but the one thing that we do know is that when we exercise, we feel better, we're more productive, and we feel better when we're leaner, lighter, fitter and stronger in all areas of our life. So thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Taz.
See ya. Bye.